Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I am pretty sure that you had this situation in your life when you knew something, but you didn't have confirmation. And then after a while, someone implicated in whatever you knew comes and confirms that. It's not a big surprise. It's just like, okay, well, thank you very much. I knew that. That means I know how you guys operate. You gain more confidence the next time when they're going to tell you something and a similar situation appears. You're going to say, oh, let me see. I think this is what actually they're doing. And then again, after a while, someone comes and confirms. Now, what happened here? You know, Ukraine has started the counteroffensive, according to the Ukrainians, about 2 weeks ago already. But we don't see any results unless you are to believe that the Ukrainians are pushing the Russians back against Bakhmut, but not in Bakhmut, around Bakhmut. I haven't heard of any major pushback or any, the line being broken or something like this. So what happens now? Do you remember Victoria Nuland? I think she's the U.S. Under Secretary of State, something like this. So this is Blinken, her boss, and then is Victoria. Victoria is the one who she babysitted the Maidan little coup or regime change in 2014 in Ukraine. She has that little famous audio between her and then U.S. ambassador to Kiev, to Ukraine, talking about who they're going to put in place, who United States will put in place. And the guy says, yes, but how about the Europeans? What will they say about this? And the Nuland famously or infamously says, the Europeans. Anyway, that one. Now, instead of just waning away, she's used again in this administration because she did great in the first one, under Obama. All right, so let's see what's going on with this article. Oh my God, these bad dudes from Russia Today tell us everything. But hey, that's propaganda. It's okay. We're able to just get statements coming from this lady. You don't have to get their interpretation, okay? You just take, okay, what did she say? U.S. has been preparing Ukrainian counteroffensive for months. End quote, for months. Nuland, this beautiful lady. She looks like Madeleine Albright. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I got it. The Maidan midwife, quote unquote, now this is, confirmed Washington's role in the conflict at the Kiev Security Forum. Well, who didn't know that? The U.S. Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs Victoria Nuland told an audience in Kiev on Thursday that Washington has been helping plan the Ukrainian counteroffensive against Russia for almost half a year. Now, this is what Russia Today concluded out of whatever she said. So let's see what they quote her as saying. And I'm quoting Nuland. Even as you plan for the counteroffensive, which we have been working on with you for some 4 to 5 months, we are already beginning our discussions with the Ukrainian government and with friends in Kiev, both on the civilian side and on the military side, about Ukraine's long-term future. End quote. Nuland told the Kiev Security Forum via video link from the State Department. So, we've been working with you for some we are already beginning discussions, even as you plan. Now you can take it otherwise, many other ways you can interpret it, but I think it's pretty clear, and I don't think she needs to hide. Because the Russians are going to do what? Nothing. She added that the attack will be, and I'm quoting, likely starting and moving concurrently with events such as the NATO summit in Lithuania scheduled for July 11th. According to Nuland, the US is also planning for Ukraine's future military to deter Russia, so, and I'm quoting, whatever and however this ends, 1 year, 6 years, 16 years, and this is the most important thing right here, we are not doing this again. So, and I'm going to stick on this, I'm going to analyze this. She also painted a rosy picture of the future in which Ukraine would be the, and I'm quoting, engine of Europe's revitalization. and setting the democratic example for the whole world, exactly like Iraq. Remember that when we brought democracy and freedom to Iraq? Remember that one? Yeah, okay, I do remember that one too. So we are not doing this again. So this is the goal. I'm gonna paint a little scenario. Scenarios are scenarios, okay? But this is my prediction. If Putin and about 300 in charge of Russia, military generals, security bosses, other people in control with power, they get out, I'm going to use euphemisms, that means killed, by arrested or anything like this, by other weasels, and they get out, Russia will never recover. US is now or never. It's going to do it now, because the next time, if that they failed right now, Russia and China and India and the BRICS countries and many others will see, oops, Russia withstood the bullshit. So that means let's try over there, because we already know what happens with these guys. Threats, blackmail, regime change, and attack, bombardments. These are the toolbox in the diplomacy toolbox of the US in the past 30 years. And the world felt it and saw it. Some countries were used as examples. If you do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna and everybody was like, oh shit, I can be next. So now they have an alternative. And some countries are like this, hoping that Russia will not lose. Losing is what I said, that's the only way Russia will lose. If you somehow round up all those 300 about, and then you took control immediately and nobody disobeys orders, that's very hard. It's very hard to achieve. Russia will not have an independent economy anymore. Leadership, politics, school, education, resources will be for free coming over there, or sealed so we can have renewable, but probably at that time they will use it because it's going to be almost for free. They will handle it like they handle the things in Syria right now, in northeast Syria, how they handled Iraq, how they want to handle Iran, and so on. So that's why she said over there, in my with humility, okay, I say that, okay. That's what I think is going to happen. This is now or never. It's very dangerous. If Russia's not, then these guys are done. It's going to be 40 countries, up no more than 50 countries in this plantation, and the other ones will try to build something else, an alternative for that. And it's always going to be like, if you're familiar with the Animal Farm of George Orwell, you know, they kick Mr. whatever his name is, Jones, whatever his name is, the man, the animals do the revolution, kick him out, and they at first start something beautiful, like United States of America after they kicked the British. Everything was beautiful. Look what we have now. We have Nuland over there, we have Biden over there, we have the Republicans, the Democrats, the media, all these guys. So it's kind of like that cycle of civilization that goes around like this. Is like a human being, goes like this and then comes back, dies, which is a revolution usually, or whatever, explodes or decreases, disintegrates, like a Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire I'm talking, not Eastern. That fell differently because the Ottomans got them eventually. But they were not too either. But it's a little thing that, just as an extra. The Russians, they claim that they are the, how do you call it, the offspring, the ones who took the torch from Constantinople, and they are the Roman Empire. It was the Western, it was the Roman Empire broke into Western with Rome, Eastern Constantinople or Byzantium. These guys up, by themselves with ideology, like these guys right here, we're getting there. And then these guys were, yes, they were attacked by these guys, and Moscow claims that they are the new Rome. Why? Because they had some between some daughters or princesses of the Byzantium from Eastern Roman Empire, whatever you want to call it, and some, how they call themselves, tsars from Russia at that time. So they say, hey, therefore we are here. We are the bearers of the... That's what they say. Anyway, let's move back to this little thing. So I think that Russia goes away. We're done. China will be little by little, and probably China is going to do the same thing as Russia did. But China cannot do anything about it, because if these guys grab the resources, China is caught by the balls. Without resources, is done. With all its friendship now with Mohammed bin Salman in Riyadh, those guys couldn't be just like this. Bang! Unfortunately, United States will do just like this with them. Do you think that Riyadh is going to stand in front of the United States after they rush up and they grabbed China by the balls? What is China going to do? I'm going to nuke you guys? Okay, let's see that happening. And they will not do that because they're not crazy. And little by little. So the war, the big war, is in Russia. So we'll see, my friends, what's going on here with who planned what. It's not a surprise, it's just a confirmation. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.